So I know you've heard of chocolate chip cookies, but have you heard of the brown butter chocolate chip cookies? You're going to want to stick around for this next episode of Melody Makes a Homemade, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So all the flavor in this cookie begins with browning your butter. So that's where we're going to begin. We've got a half a cup of salted butter. And we're going to turn our heat on a medium-low. So it might take a little under 10 minutes, depending on how high your heat is. And we don't want to get the brown, we don't want to brown it too much, okay? We want to make sure it's a light brown color that you're going to see on the bottom of your pan. We want those milk solids to go to the bottom, so you will see a lot of bubbling going on here. I'm starting to smell that nutty flavor that's coming in. So I think our butter is going to start to brown pretty quickly. So I can see, it's kind of hard to tell, but I see it now. Okay, we're going to turn that flame off, and then we're going to pour it into a bowl, and we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes to cool down. Okay, so our butter has cooled slightly, and now we're going to start adding our ingredients to it. And the good thing about this recipe is I get to use my spatula here to mix the recipe. We don't need a mixer. And we're throwing all of this in at one time. So we're going to do a half cup of granulated sugar, half cup of dark brown sugar, which I always prefer because it's got more molasses in there and you get that chewy out of your cookie. All right, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, one egg, and I'm also going to put my baking soda, which is a half teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It's going to help the baking soda activate while we're stirring it around. And while I'm mixing this, if you guys are enjoying my content and you really like my recipes, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom. It really helps. So your texture is going to start to look kind of ribbony. Keep mixing it a little bit just to make sure. We got some lumps in there. It kind of looks like melted caramel, and it smells like caramel as well. All right. So now we're going to add 1 cup and 1/3 of all-purpose flour. This is where you're going to get your mussels. Where do you think I got mine? Get that flour mixed in there. Okay, it's almost there. And now we're going to add 1 cup of dark chocolate. If you prefer semi-sweet, as you can use that as well. This is from the yellow bag. I won't say the name, but they work well in cookies. It's one of my tips, okay? But the cookie is so sweet, the dark chocolate really works well with the recipe, okay? I promise you will love it. And that is our dough. All right, and here we are, our beautiful brown color. And this will make about 9 large cookies. You can use a regular spoon or you can use an ice cream scooper. I have this little guy here. I'm gonna move stuff over to the side. You can lay parchment paper down. I find that it doesn't stick. But if you like to use parchment paper, go ahead. Got a nice big scoop there. Looking good. All right, and so these are gonna go in your oven at 350. I'm gonna say 10 to 12 minutes. My oven takes 12. Just eyeball it. You wanna see the golden brown around it. Take it out. And what I do is I like to scoop them right off the pan, right into my plate. I know people say, just wait for it to cool, but I don't want my cookie to cook even longer, so I like to take it right off the pan. All right, we're gonna do this and I'll be back. I don't even have to describe what's going on here. Just look at these beauties. I wanna grab one of these cookies and of course show you how it looks when I break it open. You can still see the chocolate's nice and gooey. Let's turn it around this way. And your inside's still moist and delicious. And yes, this is the chips from the yellow bag. Take a piece, of course. That's chocolatey. Woo! These are beautiful. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying my show, and I'll see you next time on Melody Makes the Homemade.